start. I'm gonna bring the monitor like this. Can we out from this?
Thank you for taking the time, guys, and to be my grandmother.
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृपालुत्वम् अगतीनां गतिर्भव संसारमग्नानं प्रसिद्ध पुरुषोत्तमम् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नारायण सुरश्रेष्ठ लक्ष्मीकांत जनार्दन नारायण सुरश्रेष्ठ लक्ष्मीकांत जनार्दन अनिल तर्पयनाथ प्रीत मोक्ष प्रदो भव हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नारायण सुरश्रेष्ठ लक्ष्मीकांत जनार्दन अनिल तर्पयनाथ प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो भव हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे राम नाम and the family members will come first. Those who want to come and you want to put a flower, be free to do so. The other members of the community who are here, you can come after that. All the family members, the daughters-in-law, the daughters are going to move to that. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। फिर कोई न खेवन वाला हो, फिर तुम ही डेरा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरि, जय कृष्ण हरि, कृष्ण हरि दुखियों को दुख दूर करी। जय 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 कृष्ण हरि। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा, पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा और जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। ओम राम 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 राम, राम नाम तारकम। राम 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 राम, राम नाम तारकम। राम कृष्ण वासुदेव भुक्ति मुक्तिदायकम। राम कृष्ण वासुदेव भुक्ति मुक्तिदायकम। जानकी मनोहरं सकल लोकनायकं। जानकी मनोहरं सकल लोकनायकं। शंकरारि सेव्यमान पुण्य नाम कीर्तनम। राम 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 राम, राम नाम तारकम। राम 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 राम, राम नाम तारकम। राम कृष्ण वासुदेव भुक्ति मुक्तिदायकम। जानकी मनोहरं सकल लोकनायकं। जानकी मनोहरं सकल लोकनायकं। शंकरादि सेव्यमान पुण्य नाम कीर्तनम। राम 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 राम, राम नाम तारकम। राम 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 राम, राम नाम तारकम।
Sitaram. Today I have the honor of reintroducing you to Violet Gangadeen, better known as Betty, or as I call her Nanny. Born May 12, 1935, she was the daughter of the late Gerald Sendall and Suruji Gaidi, wife of the late Bihari Gangadeen, and the eldest of 6 children, 3 boys and 3 girls. She was also the mother of 9 children and grandmother of 16. We are here today to remember the life and legacy she left behind on this earth. She had a long and simple life, never complex, and always with good, honest intention. I would like to reflect on the person Nani was. Having been born and grown in Orapuch, she attended the Orapuch Government School, after which she got married at a young age of 16. A short time after, she moved to Mulchan Trace, Penal Rock Road, where she and her husband started their family. In 1968, her aunt passed away, and she was gifted the property on which we are gathered today. She moved her family back to Orapuch at this time and opened a small shop. She ran this for a couple years before deciding to get into the doubles business. In 1976, Violet was the first woman doubles vendor in the borough of Point Fortin. Here, she would ply her trade to make an honest dollar to support her family. This would eventually grow to a business which has survived 46 years and continues to live on with her children at the helm. Nani was above all a family person. She always placed her family first. She never asked so much, but always wanted her family to be close. Because of this nature, it had become a tradition on Mother's Day and New Year's Day, every year for all of us to gather at this location to celebrate with her. She always ensured that everyone was fed. No matter whose home we were by, once she saw you, the first thing she would ask is, did you eat? Do you want your food now? And all the cousins, and even the children could attest to that. No matter where we were, as soon as she saw you, she always tried to make sure that you had something to eat. And before you could answer, she would tell whoever is in the kitchen, take out some food for Shivi, or take out some food for Rishi, or take out some food for Chan. Right? Because she always considered her family. Even in her late years, she would call everyone to ensure that they were okay. Every single person in the family got a call from her at some point in the day to find out if you're okay and make sure that everything is okay with you. That was the type of person that Nani was. She always put everyone before herself and always ensured that we were well taken care of. She was also a religious person, and for those who know the family would know for half the year we would be fasting for various prayers, which is why I believe God took her as peacefully as he did. Nani, you will be missed. Words cannot explain the impact that you have had on us, but we are lucky to have had you in our lives. As I conclude, I would like us all to remember the life of Violet Gangadeen, a person who always had a smile on her face and never a bad wish upon anyone. While today may feel sad that she has left us, remember, death ends a life, not a relationship. She continues to live on in our hearts and our memories, and I'm sure she is smiling down on all of us from above right now. So celebrate her life. And until we see you again, Nani, we love you.
In the ancient Hindu text, the Bhagavad Gita, the death of loved ones is an essential part of the struggle that the text describes. Lord Krishna reminds Arjuna that although the human body is destined to die, the soul is immortal. The spirit is neither born nor does it die at any time. The spirit is not destroyed when the body is destroyed. Weapons do not cut the spirit, fire does not burn it, water does not make it wet, and the wind does not make it dry. The spirit cannot be cut, burned, wet, or dried. It is eternal, all-pervading, changeless, immovable, and primeval. Atma is beyond space and time. Violet Gangadeen, lovingly called Queen, BP, Moi, but to me she will always be my Nan. She was a pillar of strength and resilience for her family, always ensuring that there is food for her children and grandchildren. Nan came from very humble beginnings and have worked tirelessly to ensure that her family was taken care of. If it is one thing we can all agree on, is that Nani's doubles was one of the best tasting doubles. No offense to Uncle Shannon. Right? February 8th, that fateful day, you know, when we all got the news. That night, Nan visited me in my dream. She had on a beautiful red and white flower dress. She was glowing. You can see the spirit just glowing. And she said, Rishi boy, she always called me Rishi boy. Right? She said, Rishi boy, I'm free. Make sure and say something nice for my funeral. Eh? She would always tell me that, come and talk, I say something good for her funeral. Like, Nan, you're talking craziness. She said to tell her children and everyone, do not worry. She is safe. She's in a good place. As we all remember the life of Violet Gangadeen, a daughter, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, a genuine human being, a beautiful soul. Let's all offer our prayers, love, and light so that her soul rests in peace. Lord Krishna adds that the spirit is said to be unexplainable, incomprehensible, and immutable. Knowing the spirit as such, you should not grieve for the physical body. And it is easier said than done when we see, you know, on this final day here, everybody gets a little emotional. But let's all keep her in our prayer, send your love, and keep offering your prayers to her and to the family. Thank you once again for everyone who came out, who took the time to come out today. And Nan, we always love you, and thank you for always taking care of us.
Sitaram, I think I should introduce myself and the relationship so that you all understand the context in which I am going to say a few words. I would be Mamu's sister son. So her husband's sister son. My name is Boyu. And I was one of the people who was privileged to have known Betty for well over 60 years, as I recall it. And the things I remember about Betty would be, first of all, how hard she worked. Her legacy to me will always be of the kind of way she carried herself into every single one of her duties that she had. Full 100% commitment to hard work, getting the job done. I remember that when we were small, it would have been about almost 20 of us in grandchildren and so on, and she would line us up in a file and feed us all in a very short space of time. And it speaks volumes of how quickly she could do things. I could see her standing before Lord Krishna, and he is saying to her, well done, baby, well done. 86 years, well spent. You know, we will never come to terms with death. It is the nature of death that we will never come to terms with. But our scripture says that this coming and going never stops. It is continuous. And our lives are supposed to be, of all the yogas that was taught to Arjuna by Lord Krishna, we are supposed to be karma yogis. People committed to work and duty. And how well does Betty shine in this way of having done the best she could have done in the 86 years of her life. So I just want to remind you all of a beautiful verse in the Bhagavad Gita, which at the very end Arjuna told Lord Krishna, he said, the very last verse, he said, my delusion is destroyed. That delusion of this Maya that we live in, it has been shattered, it has been destroyed. He said, I have regained my memory as to who I am. That we are not this body, we are not the senses, we are not the mind, we are not the intellect, but we are that Param Atman. He said that I have regained my memory as to who I am through your grace. Please look for the grace of God in your life, in all of your activities. That is what we do. You heard somebody say that she was very spiritual. That is what they meant when they said that she was very spiritual. And then Arjuna says, I am firm. I have no doubt. I have no fear. I have no anxieties. It is all gone. I will act according to your word. That is what we are supposed to do. To find one of those paths that was given to Arjuna by Lord Krishna, choose one. But the one that comes highly recommended is the one that Betty lived. Karma. Good karma. And you will find your freedom in that karma. That's the one that is highly recommended. So to Betty, I say farewell to a long relationship. And it will be a legacy that I will never forget and will cherish in my heart for the rest of my life. Of having known Betty as a woman of class, of dignity, of hard work, of commitment, and above all, of duty. Thank you.
राम नाम सत्य है। भैया, it is said in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says to Arjuna, Veda yajna pradana ko karai punya phala jo, langhi sakala jina jana yahi tas basa paripo. That is the 28th verse of chapter 8. It is last verse in chapter 8. But in verse 24, Sri Krishna also says to Arjuna, in life, you have two main parts, the dark half and the bright half. In the year, from geography in school, we learn 21st of June to 21st December, and 21st December coming back to the 20th. The bright half of the year and the dark half of the year. The bright half is when the sun is more to the position of north equator. For the purpose of the study of the scriptures, for the purpose of commencing a journey, for the purpose of commencing any new thing, that is considered to be the best period. Other than that, a month like Margashira, Ado, and other months, but the month is also divided into two portions, the dark half and the bright half. From the day after full moon until new moon day is the dark half. From the day after new moon until full moon day is the bright half. And if a person would leave this body, they will quit the body. Like the Mahayogis, they always pray that if ever they are to quit the body, it should be in the bright half of the year, in the bright half of the month, in the bright half of life. So the bright half of life is when the tune of the mind is God, I want thee and only thee. And besides that, whatever they have learned from the books of the scriptures, they reveal it in their actions. And that is most important, to reveal the lessons of the books of the scriptures in the actions. And when we would do that, all it takes a pious mind, a sincere person, and be yourself to be calm and do whatever you have to do, and know that this will lead you to that great one, because you are revealing him in every action that you make. He also says that, O Arjun, you were here before, you are here now, after this body you will not cease to be. So our duty is to make prayer that Ma, as some of us may know her as, grandma or great-grandma, if there are any great-grandchildren, that you have paved the way for us. You have been an example for us. And the lessons that she tried to show is unity is strength. When we unite ourselves together, we are a team. And as a team, you can be able to do anything the best way. But when we split up ourselves, we actually weaken the link. So for messages, do not ever be the weakest link in the chain of life. Be a strong link and unite together. And let the lesson that she has shown to us all, let that be able to help us to knit ourselves together, move out our differences, and bring in that which is pure, good, and noble in our life, so that we will be able to reveal Bhagavan in our actions. When we say Twameva Mata, God your mother, your father, your brother, your friend, your neighbor, you are everything to me. And you are telling God that if God comes as a friend and you are deceitful to the friend, He knows, He put the friend there first. And if you cannot find Him in the friend, you cannot find Him in the brothers and the sisters and the surroundings, where you find Him. You are not looking for Him in the right place. He says, Mujhko kaha dhundo re bande, main to teri paas hu. I am just within you. Do not search outside for me. Search within yourself. And when we do that, we are going to find Him. So, the Atma, as it said, is very pure. It's part of Bhagavan. And the elements go back to the different places. He may come back in another form, another shape. Maybe as a great-great-grandchild someday. But to continue the journey from where you left off is what we have to do. And if we spoil it and go, remember, you have to pick it up and put the pieces back together. You have to be in the avagaman cycle, coming and going, until you set it right. It's like mommy sent us to the shop to buy something. You bring the wrong goods because you play on the way and forget what to get. You have to go back and change it. So it's the same way life is. We have a journey, we have a path to, and we have a responsibility for each other. So let us think well, and we pray that Bhagavan, you give us your blessing, give us to be, the blessings to be strong within our mind, to express all our duties well, and may this mother be able to reach your mood. If my Aja was there, he would say, daughter, you have done well. The yogis want to quit their body this time, and you have done what the yogis pray for. So that is a great blessing. And to know somebody like that, and to stand in the midst of all of us, to say something about such a man, is a blessing. So we pray together that Bhagavan, give your choices blessing, and bless us all, that we may also be able to reveal you in our actions. Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Pramadat Purvantam Karma, Prayavita Hari Shayat, Smaranadeva Tadvishnu, Sampurna Syaditi Shruti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Devatabhyam Pritipyasya Mahayogibhya Evacha Namasvahaya Swadhaya Nitya Neva Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Murali Manohar Radhe Shyam, Gopi Vallabh Radhe Shyam. Murali Manohar Radhe Shyam, Gopi Vallabh Radhe Shyam. Devaki Nandan Radhe Shyam, Devaki Nandan Radhe Shyam. Radhe Shyam Jai Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam Jai Radhe Shyam. Shri Ram, Shri Ram Hamara Ramchandra, Shri Ram Hamara Ramchandra. Jai Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Jai Siyavar Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram Hamara Ramchandra, Shri Ram Hamara Ramchandra. Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Jai Siyavar Ram. Shri Ram, Shri Ram Hamara Ramchandra. Ravana. Anybody who didn't get a chance for a final group, you still have flowers. If you would like to put the flowers, come on, Mr. Please.
Yeah. Don't have to figure it out. Tell Chibi to come in. Did you tell him what's up?